Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in to another video. This week's video is going to be another stats video. You know I love my stats. We're going to be going over the residential real estate stats for February for Belleville, Quinte West, Prince Edward County. I'm going to try and decipher this data. It's a little bit all over the place, so I'm going to give you my best picture of what's going on and maybe what's to come. We'll touch on new listings, number of sales, median sale price, and a little touch on months of inventory at the end. So first, we'll get into new listings. Belleville, we had 103 new listings on the market in February. That's down 9.6% year over year compared to last February, and up 6.2% year to date, which is compared to January last month. So slightly down year over year from February of 21, 22, and 23, but up substantially from all other years. Interestingly enough, for all of these markets, February of 2023 had the highest amount of new listings before this month. So Belleville, still February 2023, had the highest amount of new listings. Quinte West, not so much. Prince Edward County, yes. Quinte West, 85 new listings, so that's up 57.4% year over year, shattering the last February's new listing record. And then up year to date as well, 3.7%. So it's 31 more new listings in February than the previous February of Quinte West, which was the highest amount ever. So we've got a ton of more inventory coming on into the market in Quinte West. Prince Edward County, 69 new listings. That's down 25% from last February, which was the highest ever recorded at 92, and up 30.2% year to date. So we've got a lot more coming on the market than we did in January. Maybe people are seeing the writing on the walls, thinking the market's going to get better and having a little bit of a jump on the spring market. So all in all in these markets, more new listings coming to the markets, but also strong sales volume, as we'll touch on next. Touching on number of sales, we had 64 sales happen in the month of February in Belleville. That's up 16.3% from last year and 42.2% from last month. So much busier February than January this year. When we're looking at the year over year numbers, the only other busier years were 2021 and 2022. And we know what happened in those years. We had low interest rates, frenzy, pandemic, much lower inventory levels, even though we still have low inventory. So solid sales volume in Belleville. Same story in Quinte West, 50 sales. That's up 47.1% from last year, 56.3% from last month. So record number of sales coupled with record number of new listings in Quinte West. So all those new listings are getting absorbed by new sales happening, which is good to see those numbers coinciding. Prince Edward County, 21 sales. That's down year over year, 19.2%, up month over month, 16.7%. So more inventory moving in the month of February than January. We do see the year over year numbers down, but if we look on this on, let's say, a 10-year horizon, this is actually the third highest February in the last 10 years for number of sales. So 2023 was stronger. 2022, we actually had double the amount of sales, which was the peak of the market. Again, I'll restate that, February of 2022. So decent sales volumes numbers happening in Prince Edward County. Obviously, this is more of a niche market, and there's different homes transacting in the county. But this is also helping by more residential development happening in the county. So that's pushing the new listings numbers up as well as the sales up. So we restate this, at least in Belleville and Quinte West, we've got more new listings, but also sales. So we're really absorbing all that inventory in the county a little bit slower, and we'll touch on months of inventory at the end of this video. Next up, median sale price. Median sale price in Belleville sitting right at that $500,000 mark. That's up 6.3% from last year and actually down 4.8% from last month. So I know I saw in my own business and just looking at sold listings, we did have some higher priced homes sell in January, which pushed that median sale price up a little bit, but we've been sitting around that $500K mark no matter what the month was in Belleville for quite some time now, kind of hovering. So not surprised by that. This is the highest February ever recorded, median sale price wise, besides February of 2022, which, restate, was the peak of the market in our market anyways, in most markets in Canada. Quinte West almost eclipsing that 500K mark, but we're just under at 499,950. That's down 14.6% year over year, up 1.5% year to date. So kind of different story in Quinte West. We're down from 2021, 2022, and 2023 median sale price numbers. So we continue to see in Quinte West, although strong sales volume and new listings, these lower priced homes selling. Median sale price reached its peak in February of 2022 at $760,000. So down $260K from that. Prince Edward County, kind of similar story to Quinte West. So median sale price, $652. That's down 25.3% year over year, up 7.3% year to date. So big declines from 2022 and 2023. Again, it's a small sample size in Prince Edward County. So, I mean, some big waterfront homes sell. This can really skew this. And that's what was happening in 2022 when people were feeling rich. You know, they gained a lot of equity in their Toronto home. They come here and they have a low HELOC on their place, or they get a low interest rate on their second home, and they can buy with that luxury vacation property that they wanted. So median sale price hit its peak again in February of 2022 in the county at $960,000. Just wrapping up the median sale price data, even though we're seeing higher sales volume and new listings coming to the market, lower priced homes are still continuing to transact. We did have some activity in the mid to higher price homes, but not enough to push up that median sale price. As we see the Toronto market start to gain traction, as we see people gain confidence in the market and potential rate cuts on the horizon, I think we'll see that median sale price go up. But for the time being, you know, people can't qualify. People don't want to pay that higher mortgage amount when they're having a mortgage with a 5 in front of it. And they're just being more conservative with their money. So I see median sale price still staying down around this $500K mark, especially in Belleville and Quinte West. Prince Edward County, kind of a wild card because we have homes that throw that off and skew it because the sales data is just not there. But until we see either the Toronto market really pick up steam and people come here more, or rates drop, I don't really see this median sale price pushing up too much, but those things are on the horizon. So in the future, we'll probably see the median sale price increase at the end of this year. Lastly, as promised, we'll touch on months of inventory, which I love. It's my favorite stat. Just to recap a little bit, if we're looking at months of inventory in a vacuum, 0 to 3 months is a seller's market, 3 to 6 months is a balanced market, over 6 months is a buyer's market. Months of inventory is calculated by taking the number of active listings divided by the number of sales. And that's how you get your months of inventory. Basically meaning if no new listings were added from today's point, how long would it take for our inventory levels to run out? So in Belleville, 160 active listings divided by 64 sales, we're seeing 2.5 months of inventory. Same kind of story in Quinte West, 128 active listings divided by 50 sales, that's 2.56 months of inventory. So Belleville and Quinte West, we're seeing a pretty strong market for sellers. If your home's priced right and presented well, it's selling pretty quick. Like my last 5-6 listings in these markets, all offers within a week. And that's showing if you're a seller and you want to sell, you're able to sell. You just got to present your home nicely, price it correctly, and it's going to sell. If you're a buyer and you're looking and you see a home that looks nice and is priced correctly, it's probably going to sell. So if you like that home, you may want to move on it. Prince Edward County, different story, unfortunately for, I guess, you who own in Prince Edward County, but fortunate for you who are looking to buy in Prince Edward County. 171 listings, 21 sales. That equates to 8.1 months of inventory, which is a buyer's market. And Prince Edward County is a true buyer's market to me. So what does this mean if you're selling in the county? You've got to have a standout feature in your home that no other homes have, that someone's going to buy and have an emotional connection with. Otherwise, you're competing on price, because if a buyer sees 3 homes that are pretty similar, let's say in a subdivision in the county, what's the one they're going to buy? The one they can get the best price on. So on the flip side, if you're a buyer in the county, that's great because you have negotiating power. You know there's inventory out there. You know you can go in and say, hey, you know, there's this house down the street that's been listed for this long and you're at the same price. Which one of you wants to sell, right? So also if you're in the county and you're moving from a different area, or if you're making a lateral move in the county, or maybe move from Belleville, Quinte West to the county, you can get those sale of property conditions accepted because it is a buyer's market in the county. So months of inventory, super important stat, one of my favorite stats, and really something that doesn't get talked about as much as it should, I think. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Thank you for tuning into this video. Hopefully you found some value in it, and we'll catch you next week for a new video.